I'm Christi and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm here to kick off a Romancing Mr. Bridgerton vlog. So it's now the beginning of May and the new Bridgerton season, which is going to be season 3, part 1, releases in a couple weeks in the middle of May. So Jess, Samantha, and I decided we were all going to be rereading Romancing Mr. Bridgerton by Julia Quinn, of course, in preparation for the new season that's coming out on Netflix. So the three of us were already going to be rereading this book anyways for ourselves. So Jess was like, why don't we have a special bonus book for our Historical Hellions book club this month so that everybody can reread it or read it for the first time and then talk about it as well before the new season drops. So we're doing that. We're going to be having a live show for this on my channel on May 15th, which is the day before the first part of season 3 drops. So Jess was like, I'm going to be doing a vlog for my reread of the book. And so Samantha and I were like, let's jump on that too. We want to do one as well. So I think we're all posting the same day for our vlogs. So here is the book. This is Romancing Mr. Bridgerton by Julia Quinn. Here is that gorgeous step back moment of Colin and Penelope. So this is actually book 4 in the Bridgerton series, which there are 8 books in the series and they all follow the Bridgerton siblings. And so Colin is one of the Bridgertons and this is his book. Like I said, this is actually book 4 in the series, but for the TV adaptation, they skipped over book 3. And so book 4 is becoming season 3, if that makes sense. So kind of confusing. We're going to be watching season 3. We're reading book 4. So I first read the Bridgerton series back before season 1 dropped. And so I thought it'd be fun to just kind of reread this one and get back into it. This one, I feel like it was always kind of I liked it. I didn't love it and I didn't hate it. It was always just kind of mid to me. Didn't love it, didn't hate it. I liked it enough. So I'm curious what I'm gonna think about it this time because I know there's some really strong opinions on Colin and Penelope's relationship. So I'm excited to see what I think this time. So I also wanted to look it up because I have on my Instagram, on my highlights, if you go on somebody's actual profile on their Instagram, you can scroll through those little bubbles at the top and see all their highlights. And I have a Bridgerton highlight back when I originally read the series back in 2020, like I said, before season 1 dropped. So I remember I had done a recap after I had finished the whole series and said these are my favorite heroes, these are my favorite books in order. So I'm curious to see where I had ranked this one originally. All right, so we're pulling up my post here. All right, so my books in order of favorite to least, it says that these two are tied, which they're still tied. When He Was Wicked, which is book 6 with Francesca and Michael. Then book 2, The Viscount Who Loved Me, which is Anthony and Kate's book. Then book 7, It's in His Kiss, which is Hyacinth and Gareth's book. And then book 4, Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, Colin and Penelope's book. So that's kind of right in the middle. And then To Serve Philip with Love, which is book 5, Eloise and Philip. I have some strong opinions about Philip that I know is unpopular, but he ain't my man. Then The Duke and I, which is book 1, Daphne and Simon. Then An Offer from a Gentleman, book 3, which is Benedict and Sophie's. And then the last book is On the Way to the Wedding, which is actually book 8, Gregory and Lucy's book. All right, and then my heroes from favorite to least is Anthony, which is book 2, Michael, book 6, Simon, book 1, Gareth, which is book 7, then Colin, which is book 4. So I have him in 5th place. And then Philip, which is book 5, Benedict, book 3, and Gregory, book 8. So that is my order. I'm curious what your order is if you've read all the books, your favorite books, if your favorite heroes differ. Some of these, my favorite heroes are not the same order as my favorite books. So curious to see where your thoughts are on these books as well. So yeah, I've only read the whole series all the way through once originally. And then I have done rereads of my favorite books, which like I said is book 6 and then book 2. I've reread those I think 2 to 3 times at this point. Love those ones so much. The emotional elements they bring to it and the characters, I'm just obsessed with those books so much. So yeah, those are all my thoughts on Bridgerton things. Like I said, I'm currently rereading this one, which this time I'm actually doing the audio, which I think they're all narrated. Is it by Rosalind Landor? Yes. So yes, I am doing the audio for this one and I'm only on chapter 1, I just started, but this one is on Audible, which I know they're also available on Libby and Hoopla. Hoopla I didn't really want to use a credit for, and then Libby had a long wait just because I know a lot of people are rereading these before the books or before the series come out. But then on Audible, it was available if you have an Audible Plus account. I think all the books are available right now just to grab and listen to, so I'm doing that on Audible. All right, so Sunday when I'm filming this and we're about to have our live show for Tapestry by Karen Rainey, which was the Historical Hellions romance pick for April for our book club, and so we're having our live show in May just because it got rescheduled because of a lot of book signings and things. So we're going to be having this live show shortly, but until then I'm doing some pre-filming for videos, getting this vlog started, which I also plan to film a bookshelf updated tour because I recently redid all my bookshelves and put all the the book hauls I've been getting in and all those things on the shelves and pulled out tons of books that I don't want to keep anymore. So I might film a book haul, start that. So you'll probably see some of that. And yeah, let's just get going on this reread of Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. just wanted to check in. So I'm about to quickly hop on the Bridgerton season 2 live chat that I am like co-doing with some friends. So Tiffany from Tiff Talks Pages, we have Zay from What He Reads, Samantha from Books with Samantha, and Ava from Ava's Romance Books. So I just wanted to quickly hop on because I'm about to, like I said, hop on the live. I thought I'd have more time ahead of time to talk, but I'm gonna have to talk after the fact, which I am wearing my Bridgerton family sweatshirt today. We have all of the siblings on there. I love a good theme, so anytime I can theme or match a book or whatever that we're doing or co-hosting, I am here for. So yeah, I'm the worst vlogger in the world because I did already read the book and finish it, Romancing Mister Bridgerton, so I'm gonna have to hop on here after the live show and talk about that because I have tons of thoughts, as well as I will talk about my rewatch of season 2, which was super interesting as well. So yeah, I can't wait to hop on after the live show and chat about it here in this vlog, as well as go into the live right now and chat about it with the friends. So yeah, let's get going. Alright, I am back from the live show, which we ended up chatting for almost 2 hours, which was so much fun. Samantha sadly couldn't make it because she had some things going on with her family and some Mother's Day things because it is Mother's Day weekend. So we missed her, but it was such a fun chat and we can't wait to chat about season 3, which comes out in just this coming week. Like today's Saturday and the new season comes out on Thursday. So it got us like so excited for the new season to drop. Which, speaking of the show, like season 1 I enjoyed. I really like that we got a historical romance adaptation. I've talked about it many times before how much I loathed, like literally detested, raged watched season 2. I was so angry when they weren't giving us the book version of it and just like changing up characters. They were changing up like the sisterly bonds between Edwina and Kate. They changed up a lot of like the friendships, like Penelope and Eloise. Like that still has me angry and upset about the changes that they made because I feel like Kate and Anthony moments were so good in the book, and maybe like a little bit more backstory with Kate I wish we got, of more of her kind of trauma and things she went through to like just open up more. I think Zay put it in the live show perfectly, like how we need like the softness side to Kate as well, and to see some of her things that she was going on about that she had going on as well. So anyways, it was such a good chat, and I'm actually really glad that I did do this watch along and rewatch season 2 because like I said, I never plan to rewatch it again. I hated it so much the first watch, like rage watched it, rage yelled at the TV when things were happening and all the differences that we weren't getting. But anyway, so I never plan to watch it again, but this rewatch like had me watching it because we're going to chat about it on our watch along, which I'm so glad I did because it made me appreciate so much more about the show, which I was just kind of like further away from rereading the book. So like when we went into season 2 when it first dropped, what, 2 years ago now at this point, 2.5 years ago, something like that. Like I had just read or reread book 2, and book 2 is one of my favorite books in the series, and so I came into it with all these expectations. Season 1 they really did kind of buy the book for the most part, and so I was expecting the same kind of treatment to it. And so it was like I think episode 3, the end of episode 3 into 4 is where I realized they were going off page and diverting from the book so much. So that's when I got kind of angry at the show originally. But this time, it's been 2.5 years, it's been a while since I've read it. It's not fresh in my mind. I also came into it knowing that the show was going to be different, so I feel like that changed my opinion as well. And yeah, I just had like a good time. I could appreciate it for what it was, this rewatch, and I actually like kind of liked it for what it was. Still have issues with some of the things I pointed out, like the sisterly relationships, the friendship moments, some of the characters, like they've changed too much of the kind of essence of their character that I wasn't really a fan of, but like I just appreciated it so much more. I was actually crying, which I didn't even film because I'm, like I said, I'm the worst vlogger because I will plan to vlog a book, but then I just read it in one sitting and I have like nothing to stop and tell you about. And same with rewatching. Like I binged the show, I was watching it in the middle of the night, so it was dark in the room and all those things. So I didn't even like film myself, but I was crying at some of the episodes, like with the flashbacks with Edmund, their father, so good. Violet, their mother, she does such good like acting, so good. Her moments just hit so hard. I love the moment at the end with Anthony and Gregory because Anthony has been like a father figure to Gregory and Hyacinth, both of them. And so, just so good. I appreciated so much more this rewatch. So I am super thankful for this watch along with these friends and being able to give myself give the show the grace and the courtesy of me rewatching it and coming into it with some new eyes. It did change my opinion on it, so I am not mad about that. It also got me very excited for season 3, which I originally wasn't that excited for season 3. I didn't even watch the trailer until last night for season 3. And like I said, we're like 5 or 6 days out from the show dropping. So yeah, it has me excited. Just excited for all things Bridgerton, which I think this vlog is going up the day season 3 drops on Netflix. So that's super exciting. Can't wait to watch it, binge it, talk about it. We are doing a whole watch along. So like part 1, we're gonna have a watch along live show on Ava's channel, which I'll put like the graphic here if you want to come join us, because that's gonna be, I think, like a week and a half after season 3 part 1 drops. So like you have plenty of time if you can't binge it in a day. We're not expecting anybody to, even if some of you might and some of us might, but like if you have like work or life or whatever, or like just don't want to binge a show that quickly, like you have the whole weekend, you have the following week, so then you can like kind of casually watch it or rewatch it and then come to the live show and chat about part 1. So excited. And then part 2, which is in June, I know a whole month away, but we're gonna chat about it on my channel, season 3 part 2 in June. Again, you have like a week and a half to watch the episodes and then come and join us and chat about them. I'm so excited for this watch along. So that has been super fun, just doing that watch along. But anyways, back to the book. So yeah, like I said, I did end up finishing the reread of Romancing Mister Bridgerton as well. This was my second time reading it. This time I did the audiobook on Audible, because like I was saying at the beginning of the video, how all of the audiobooks are out on Audible. Like if you have an Audible Plus membership or something, you can just grab them and not have to worry about using like a library Libby credit or Hoopla or anything like that. So I did it on Audible just so I could grab it and then put it back, you know, check it back in, whatever you call it. So at the beginning of this video, I was saying how I was kind of like meh about their book, but like I liked it, but I didn't love it. And I definitely don't hate it. But this time, re-listening to it or listening to it and rereading it, I actually really like this book. I'm still giving it 4 stars. Like I said, I already rated it 4 stars the first time I read it, and I actually really like their book. I feel like I'm in kind of the unpopular opinion of enjoying Colin and Penelope's book and their characters. So I don't know, I guess it's a thing. But I just really appreciated so much about this. Like I said, I think at the beginning, how in season 1 of the show, we find out who Lady Whistledown is at the end of the series or end of the season. And so in the books, that's actually a main part of a book 4, because that's when you find out who Lady Whistledown is, and it's revealed in this book. So I just like seeing Penelope's character as Lady Whistledown, as well as just kind of the moments with Colin. They have this friendship I really appreciated in this book, and I was clocking it more this time just because I feel like so much hate is given around Colin and Penelope, and like I get it, everybody can have their opinions, because like I said, I have my opinions on some of the other heroes that I don't enjoy or characters, so I get it, we all have our favorites, but like, I don't know, I just appreciate them for, I love a friends to lovers, I love a best friend's brother setup, so this has all of that. I love how she's been the one kind of into him since she was a teenager. She even talks about it in the book how she did love him as a teenager, or felt like she had this love for him, right? She held him up on this pedestal and thought he was everything and it and all of those things. But even in this book, she talks about how over time she's realizing she actually didn't know him. Like she just held him up on this pedestal, thought of him as like her kind of teen crush, you know, so to speak. And like she didn't actually like know the man behind that. And so I liked how in here she kind of talks about that and they learn more about each other. He as well says some things in here about how he was kind of blind to the fact that he didn't realize, right? He's just kind of like dumb boy, oblivious, doesn't see Penelope for who she is. He just sees her as a friend. He sees her as his little sister's best friend. And so in this book, it was just nice seeing him and her both realize they grow apart. They needed that character growth. And then seeing them come together in this book as friends was just so good. I love the moment when he realizes like, oh, there's like something more here and I'm seeing you for like who you are. I loved that, which, let me see, I made a note of the quote of what he says in here. So he says in here, Penelope Featherington was not the same woman he used to know, or maybe she was and he had changed, which made him feel even worse, because if that was the case, then Penelope had been interesting and lovely and kissable years ago, and he hadn't the maturity to notice. And I feel like that is just sums up the entire situation with Colin. Like he didn't realize what he didn't know, right? He didn't know yet. He didn't see her like that. He was just like, oh, that's just Pen. That's just my sister's best friend. She is just my friend. Like I don't see her as anything more. So I love that realization, because I feel like tons of us go through that as maybe like as a teen, and then as you become an adult, other people constantly in romance books, the heroes are always finally seeing the heroine in a new light or realizing she was there all along. That's like exactly what's happening in this book. So I really appreciated that. I also just kind of liked how there wasn't a huge conflict or issue in this book. Like I feel like the first 3 books in the series, we get like a lot of things happening and a lot of like drama and plot things happening, where this one's kind of like quieter and more just like friends to lovers, which I appreciated, which I loved him standing up to her family, especially her mother, about Penelope in the book. It was so good and so needed. I love how he's always just like super supportive of her. He's a little bit jealous, or he even says he is jealous of the fact that she has this business, this like thing of hers, Lady Whistledown. Like, he is both proud and jealous of her, which I actually really love. I love complex characters because we're all kind of like that. We're not all perfect. We have flaws. We have different complexities to our feelings of things. So you can be both jealous of something and wishing you had something for yourself, as well as proud and happy for your friend. In his case, he is happy and proud of Penelope and all she has with Lady Whistledown, but he is a little bit jealous just because of the fact that he doesn't have anything for himself, which he talks about in the book, like how Anthony and Benedict, they both have things going for themselves. Anthony, obviously the head of the family, Benedict with his art degree, they both have art school, I should say. They both have their families and their loved ones, and he's feeling like a little bit lost. He doesn't know what he wants to do. And so he's kind of jealous of the fact that he doesn't have anything going for himself. He even says at one point how he doesn't like being an empty-headed charmer without substance, which I think Lady Whistledown possibly wrote about him, or he heard other people saying that. And so he feels like there's nothing that he's accomplished. There's nothing to his name. And so he kind of wants something for himself. So like in that fact, he's jealous of what Penelope has as Lady Whistledown, but like not in a mean way, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just loved how he's proud of her and how they connect because he becomes a writer as well, which we see in the book, and they just kind of connect over that. I just really enjoyed it. They're super sweet together, and like I said, I'm a sucker for Friends to Lovers and Best Friend's Brother. Just so good. I'm actually gonna be putting up another video, or it's already out, I think. I'm gonna film it after this, but this vlog's coming out after, but I am gonna have a book recommendation video up for Best Friend's Brother romances because I'm just in that mood after reading this, and I have so many to recommend, so I can't wait. So definitely check that out if you haven't yet, because it should already be up on my channel, like the video coming out before this vlog. So I think that's all that I have for now. I'm excited for season 3. I'm about to film like a little video clip of me reacting to the trailer because I haven't done that, and just to like get hyped up for the show again. I'm gonna do that today after this, and then also I have to film some videos coming up for this week. So like the Brother's Best Friend recommendation video, I'm gonna film that. And then coming up this week, we have the live show on my channel for historical hellions of reading this book, Romancing Mister Bridgerton. We're gonna do the live show May 15th, which is the day before the show drops and before this vlog goes up. So like I'll have some clips of that, but it will already have happened by the time you see the vlog. So yeah, I think that is all that I have today. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, and so we're just gonna be doing like family time. So I don't know when I'll check in again. Probably when we have like some clips of the Romancing Mister Bridgerton live show for historical hellions. So yeah, that is all I have. All right, I'm about to hop on the live show for our historical hellions Romancing Mister Bridgerton live chat that we have going on. So we're gonna talk about the book and just like everything Bridgerton in general, since the new season drops tonight / into tomorrow. I think it actually drops like 3 a.m. Eastern, midnight Pacific. So it's actually going to be at 11 p.m. my time tonight. So I actually might watch an episode or two tonight. We'll see. But otherwise, I'm excited to watch the new season, like reading the book or rereading the book, watching season 2 again, like put me in a mood of wanting to be excited and ready for season 3. So I am excited that we're finally here. We're about to hop on the live show, and then I have some filming to do afterwards. So I'm going to film my May mid-month wrap-up, I think, today after the live show. We shall see, because it's only like 3 p.m. my time right now, so I have time. But beforehand, I did get distracted taking photos for Lila Junco, so there's a new launch. I'm a rep for them, so we were doing the historical romance stuff. So this actually comes out the day that you're watching the video, which is when Bridgerton season 3 drops. So it's a new like mini historical romance launch, which I am excited for because I love all the historical romance things. This is the new like tarot card. So if you don't know Lila Junco, she does all the like tarot and the trope cards. So she did a historical romance one, which is so cute. And then it comes with like a little sticker to match as well, which I love putting these like on the back of my Kindle or whatever. So those are cute. That's part of the launch. The shirt, I know there's like some matching stickers and things. So yeah, you can use my code. Christi10 will always get you savings on Lila Junco items, which I love her stuff. So definitely check out her shop. So yeah, like I said, I got distracted doing that before the live show, but I need to go hop on because we're going to do the live chat for about an hour. And then like I said, I will hop off, and then I have to film my May mid-month wrap up, which will go up next after this vlog. So yeah, that's all that I have. I can't wait to see what Jess and Samantha thought of Romancing Mister Bridgerton on their reread. I know that this is not one of their favorite books in the series, so yeah, I can't wait to see. I like the book. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It was just fine for me. So yeah, Romancing Mister Bridgerton, it was fun to reread it. Kind of got me back into the mood for Bridgerton, the show, and all of that. So I am excited for that fact alone. All right, so that's all that I have for this vlog. So yeah, gonna go hop on at the live show. definitely let me know in the comments. Like, I feel like people are heated about the Colin situation, Penelope and Colin, that is, their book, their relationship. I'm curious what you think of it, what you rated it, if you've reread it to get ready for the show, if you're excited for season 3. I'm super excited. So yeah, that's all that I have. So yeah, if this ends up being the end of the video, then leave me in the comments an emoji to let me know that you watched the video today. You can leave me the pen and paper one for Lady Whistledown, since that is Penelope as Lady Whistledown. So do that in the comments. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and I'll see you in my next one.